Welcome to the 9th round of PSGL Season 41. And in today's video, everything that can go wrong will go wrong.
Oh, that's my bad. Fuck.
But I am going to show you why you should never give up. We're currently in P3 in the Drivers' Championship with only 3 races to go. Let's try to do our best and keep up this form today. After an atrocious line through turn 1, we come across the line more than a second behind my personal best.
I don't want to look. I don't want to look, man. Don't look, guys. Don't look. Look away.
We needed to do something, and fast. But around Jeddah, very, very difficult track to nail, and very psychological as well. But through turn 1, we should be able to make up a lot of time here. More than 3/10 up, headed towards turn 4. Again, this corner, you have to be on the absolute limit, but we don't. Going a little wide and having a big wiggle on the exit, going into the S's, and we've lost more than 2/10. This is not looking good. Not looking good at all. But this section, even then, a small lift. The line is not exactly ideal. The exit didn't really set it up. And remember, we had a huge mistake on the first lap, so this delta is not even that good of a banker. But that's going to be a problem for later, because now coming towards turn 16, it's 2/10 up. We actually made up a lot of time through that hairpin, but this is a very difficult one to nail. But didn't open up the corner enough, a little too tight on entry, but still, it's 3/10 gained. Realistically, there's only 2 more corners to go, and I have to nail them if I want a good lap time out of this. Be brave through the blind left, running a little bit wide and bottoming out over the curb, so that's going to cost us a little bit of speed on exit. Down to 10% with the overtake button, slap it in medium, and now headed towards the last corner of the track. You have to brake right after the 100-meter board. Be very, very brave, because you don't see the exit until the last second and burn everything up to the line. But it's not that great of a lap. Only 26.4.
I don't know what's going on. Can't get it together, man.
But luckily, there is going to be the last opportunity. One last attempt. One last shot for redemption.
You're aiming to kiss the wall, not crash into it, right?
Yes. There's a key difference.
As we're about to go into our last lap of the qualifying session, I'm not gonna lie to you, I felt the pressure today. The pressure to perform when the championship is on the line, and as much as I try not to show it, it's getting to me a little. But now, there's no time for that, because closing on 340 kph into turn 1, braking at a 100-meter board, you gotta be brave over the inside curve to set up the exit out of turn 2. We gain a few hundreds, but again, it's not ideal. Into turn 4, remember, we had a big slide here going into the S's, and we managed to keep it stable. Just a little bit of wheel spin on the exit, but we managed to recuperate another 10. But now a little hesitation on the turn in. We missed the wall, the apex a little bit. We had to live through this fast left-hander where you usually want to take it flat. Down to 70% with the overtake, but still, it's good progress. Into the hairpin, we're gonna brake right after the black box. Down to 4th gear, be brave with the throttle on exit once again. Down to 70 again with the overtake. There's not that many corners left, and the exits are going to be so crucial. Send the car in, be brave, stay in 5th gear, kiss the wall on the outside, but not enough minimum speed carried through. Only 2/10 up, but now there's only 2 corners left, and this next one could make or break this lap. Brake after the black box, throw the car in, beautiful, good speed throughout, good exit, and that's going to give us an extra few hundreds. Coming down towards the last corner, nearly 3/10 up going into the final corner. Now, can we get this right? Drifting right, braking after the 100-meter board, late apex, gotta be brave with the throttle, little hesitation once again, which means we don't gain.
Could have been better. Oh, it could have been so much better.
Now, Simone was trying to cheer me up, but deep down, I knew I had the lap in me. Just couldn't hook it up.
Got to me.
And we're gonna get pushed down all the way down to P10, unfortunately. But usually, I'm pretty good in the race, so let's see how many positions I can gain back in the race itself. 5 lights, and away we go. We're gonna be starting on the mediums, just like everybody else around us, because it is the better strategy around Jeddah, where overtaking is so difficult, which is why qualifying was so important today. Tom is starting on the hards. It's already getting pushed around, bullied by all the medium runners with extra grip. I kind of want to set it down the inside here, but I decided to back out. It was more of an attack to defend because Lucas in the McLaren behind was less than a tenth right up my ass. But now all eyes are on Tom because I don't want him to drop out of the DRS, but I don't think he will.
That's one.
As somebody has just bottomed out over the
hell of a
outside
rejoin.
curve coming out of the S's. That corner, it's so difficult. You lose focus for 1 second and it's pretty much game over. And look at how much extra grip we have on Tom right now. And I'm thinking I really want to get past him, but he seems to have really good straight line speed. So I'm gonna see if I can somehow get a better run out of the corners than him. Less than 2/10 back, but
He's the
we're
only
not
one,
gaining on the
us,
straights.
in front of you.
No slipstream. And I have to back out here because the next corner, you can't really go side by side through there. And you go semi-defensive, and I have a bad entry here, bad exit, a dirty air catching me off guard, and that's gonna cause me to draw back a couple of tenths. Not ideal. Ideally, we don't want a random hard runner to be cutting us off from the rest of the medium runners. Ideally, we should be in P8 right now, up there with them. But now they're bunching up a lot through this last corner. I'm gonna see if I can get a better exit out of the last corner, and I do. 2 tenths is the gap to Tom, 2.5 tenths. No DRS yet for this lap, and we're gonna go on the attack again. Maybe try to outbrake him into turn 1. He starts regenerating pretty early, but I hesitate and I completely outbrake myself. Now, at the time, I thought his car moved slightly to the left, but looking back, that one was falling on me. Luckily, he didn't get damage from that, but that's our race over.
Oh, that's my bad. Fuck.
And at this point, I'm trying to keep up, but with an orange wing around Jeddah,
Yeah, I cannot drive like this.
it is almost impossible. But now, the guys in front are going 2 wide, 3 wide into the final corner, onto the main straight. So, instead of boxing this lap, Simone, my engineer, told me to
Something
stay
might happen in
out for
front
another
of you.
one. Maybe if there's enough fighting, we can stay in the train and hopefully extend this medium stint. And into turn 1, they're still going side by side. This is allowing the leaders
The fuck is
to
this?
drive off into the distance. And look at how bunched up everybody is. Going into turn 4, somebody has to back out here. Luckily, the Aston Martin decides to do so. Smart man. But this is where you'll see that front wing damage is going to absolutely kill us.
So
oh, but
much
what's that?
honesty.
Another Ferrari off track.
What is that rejoin?
Another victim of the outside curve, but unfortunately that's the least of our problems because the Red Bull behind, he's looking hungry, and with this wing damage, I'm not sure I can keep him behind. I have to use so much battery just to keep up with the guys ahead. On the next straight or the one after that, he's probably gonna get us. So we're gonna do the sensible thing and turn off our battery and just let them go because we don't have to ruin their race as well.
Oh, what a dumb mistake.
But this is where we're gonna go in, put on a fresh wing, a fresh set of hards, and try to clock in some qualifying laps. But if you look at the minimap,
What's
we're
the plan
actually
now?
not alone in this. Quite a few people have had damage,
Two stop.
but unfortunately,
Hoping for a
all
safety car.
hopes of us fighting for the win this race
Yeah.
is out of the window. Unless there is a safety car later down the road. And right away, we're gonna go on the attack, just push flat out because you never know what's gonna happen. But one thing is for sure, and that is we're never going to give up. Now, let me tell you something. If I told Kai in this video that he would score points today at the end of this race, he wouldn't believe it either. As we come around turn 16 again, Lucas in front of us, the McLaren getting a little too greedy on exit, hitting the wall and losing a piece of front wing.
No safety car.
And how on earth is that not a safety car?
What a game, come on.
How come no safety car from that, man?
Now we're up to P12, but scratch that because the Ferrari driver is going to overtake us on the straight. And I don't really mind that because right now, if I have a partner with whom I can exchange DRS to maximize this hard stint, but now we caught up to the back of
hope these two
Andrle,
crash.
who's, I don't know, maybe he has damage or I think he has connection issues, but he's also going to be a gentleman and move out of the way because he knows that ruining our race is not going to change anything to his, and I appreciate the gesture.
I think Abdullah had damage. He's also hoping for a safety car. Oh my god, man, this race has really gone down the gutter.
And at this point, I was really trying to not let the incident with Tom get in my head, but such a rookie mistake at this level shouldn't be happening.
Oh shit, what is this top speed?
And it looks like Gabriel, with that VNT setup, seems to be on crack with the top speed. Combined with the nature of the track, unless you're within 2 or 3 tenths, you're not going to be able to overtake. On lap 8, I feel like this is where I've unlocked my pace, truly.
Okay, that was a better exit. Much better.
I'm getting more and more comfortable in the car with the understeer from the dirty air, and now we can start working together.
Please, safety car. Man, it's just such a dumb mistake.
A couple of laps would go by, still swapping DRS with the Ferrari, and now people are starting to box off the mediums onto the hards. And this is where we started formulating a crazy plan, because we're in P10 with virtually nothing to lose. The worst is already done, and our pace is looking really, really good. We've already dropped the Ferrari from the DRS.
Why did the Ferrari drop out of DRS? Got damaged or what's going on?
And every lap, I'm praying for there to be a safety car.
No, it's a... Oh, retired in the pits. Come on, be a man.
Okay, if you can manage a lot, you might go to the end.
But with the reduced safety car settings, even when somebody dies into turn 4, there's still no safety car with all the debris on track.
Wait, somebody died in turn 4, no safety car?
And right now we're thinking, maybe we can one stop to the end on the same set of hards, but it is not looking likely, because boxing off of the mediums onto the hards on lap 3 means you would have to stay under 3.6 or 3.7% per lap in order to not have a puncture. And right now we're averaging
5.0.
which is why we're gonna dive into the pits and put on a second set of hards to go to the end. 11 laps to go on these hards, which means we can absolutely send it. Now we're gonna drop back behind the Red Bull driver in P10, currently in P11.
Head up. I'm trying, Benjamin. I'm trying.
And at this point, the gears are already turning.
Maybe we can try to catch up to the Red Bull.
How many seconds per lap do I need to gain in order to catch him? But remember, to catch is one thing, and to overtake is another. And right now, the tires are not quite up to temperature yet, but let me tell you, once they will be, I'm gonna drive the absolute wheels off of this car. In just a lap, we have closed up 2 seconds to the back of the Red Bull.
Just gained like 2 seconds on it, no?
And half a lap, the gap is already down to 9 seconds. And remember when I said I was getting more and more comfortable in the car? The more laps went by, the more connected I felt to the car. I was absolutely on rails.
Did we catch up? Are we catching up to the Red Bull?
You gained 4 seconds on the last lap.
Now, Giovanni ahead, also on the alternate strategy, has 9 seconds of penalty. So we already know we're going to be P10. We're going to finish in the points. The question remains, will we be able to catch up to the Red Bull up ahead? With only 6.5 laps to go, this is not going to be easy. Plus, the Red Bull is kind of sitting in the DRS of the Williams driver up ahead, so that's going to give him a little boost. But I don't think he has what it takes to stay inside his DRS. His tires are all but too old. With only 5 laps to go, the gap is now 5 seconds. We're actually starting to gain on Giovanni. Those mediums are degrading fast.
Come on, okay, you can do it, you can do it. You gained 2 seconds the last lap.
But now, going through Sector 1 again, the Red Bull in front is going to get a 3-second penalty. Now I have to be careful because I'm also on 2 warnings myself. One more would mean 3 seconds as well. But here's the thing, we don't know whether that 3 second is going to get removed. So we're going to pretend it's not there, and I still want to overtake him on track in case it does get removed, but also for personal satisfaction. As we begin lap 22 out of 25, 3.5 laps left. The gap is now 2.8 seconds. We're technically inside that 3 second already, but now I have to do a lot of correction on corner exits. The rear is starting to get a little lively. It's not as grippy as it was a couple of laps ago. But one thing is for sure, that Red Bull is struggling even more. And I can see the back of the Red Bull already. 2.3 seconds, and I'm looking at the minimap. Something strange is going on with Tom 97.
Tom isn't even that far up the road.
And later I was told that his race got ruined because of a disconnected car. Unfortunate for him, but it does mean that if we do manage to overtake the Red Bull on track, we are going to minimize the damage this race is going to do to our championship hopes. But not so fast, because going through this blind left, we have a big snap of oversteer, and I lifted just in time as to not get an additional invalidation.
I lifted to not get a warning. Oh my god.
But that is going to delay us catching the Red Bull by 1 lap.
Yeah, he's pushing hard. Should be able to overtake in this lap.
And now already within that 1 second window, and Simone is telling me that he is on 4 laps older hard. This is gonna be like shooting fish in a barrel. And now we're closing up by a lot, and you can see that he's recharging all the time in this middle sector, going wide on the exit of this hairpin. Those hearts are all but dead. And he's still recharging even when I'm this close behind him, because he knows he's gonna have to burn everything he's got on these last few straights to defend from me if he wants any hope of being able to defend. But we're gonna be smart. We're gonna wait behind until the right moment. Not the straight, probably the next. It's gonna depend on the exit of this corner, whether we get it right or not. And we do manage to take it a slower on entry to get a bigger exit. And now we're less than 2/10 behind, and he's fighting this really, really hard. I think one of his warnings is gonna get removed, which is why we're gonna go round the outside, and I'm getting ready to go side by side with him through the last corner. We're gonna brake a little early. He overshoots the corner. We get the car straightened up before he does, and we go for a beautiful switchback.
Sayonara!
What a switchback.
But it's not over yet, because the detection zone for the DRS was out of that corner, which means he has it now, unless he does.
Last lap,
I'm kind of
last lap.
confused here. Anyways, we're gonna go slightly defensive, block off the inside, and park it on the apex so he cannot switch us back. Anyways, going into turn 1 at Jeddah, whoever has the inside line is probably gonna come out victorious on the exit. And now it's all about bringing it home, because unless my wheel disconnects mid-lap, our position is gonna be safe. Unless it disconnects mid-lap. I'm just kidding. Coming around the final corner one last time today.
Yeah,
Can't say this was the cleanest race from me, but again, we demonstrated that we had a great race pace. Unfortunately, qualifying is still difficult, but we're making slow and steady progress, and I feel like we're getting more and more there.
And that's P8 on track.
Oh, we had such good pace in the race.
Now, I do not have the standings ready yet, but even with that race, Ryan Jacobs didn't race. Tom only outscored me by a single point. He did get fastest lap though. And as it stands, we are still P3 in F5.
Considering the humongous mistake we made, I'd say it's pretty good recovery.
Now, if you enjoyed this video, make sure to subscribe, like the video. Whenever you interact, it helps the channel out a ton. Stay tuned, because there's only 2 races left of the season, and I could not be more excited. As it stands, there's only 2 points separating Tom and I. This is going to be the championship fight of our lives, and you can count on it. Thank you for watching. This is Formula Kai signing off, and I will be seeing you very, very soon. Ciao, ciao.